The vast majority of the UK population is playing video games on a regular basis across demographics. Indeed, if you look at younger populations, over 90% are playing games. So games are much more widespread in society than they have ever been before. They're starting to play an incredibly important role in a wide variety of areas, from health, policy, education. But most gaming companies are not actually set up to maximize this potential because games are still predominantly an entertainment product. We can also see the universities are starting to take a much greater interest in video games, but they're not very well set up to work at the same sort of pace that the games industry works at. This is where the Bristol Digital Game Lab comes in. We are a connective infrastructure that helps to bring together the deep level of academic expertise that exists within the university's ecosystem with game developers who are interested in building out their worlds, better understanding the players, and indeed to take those games and those ideas outside of the games ecosystem, to working with third parties, with charities, with organizations that are looking to better understand complex problems in society.
It's become increasingly clear to us that our mission is the exploration of games as a public service. We're already starting to have conversations with potential partners to develop their game ideas, and we're really excited about what can be achieved through the Game Lab.
So by bringing together arts, engineering, science, technology, languages, together with the games industry and then owning that space in the middle has enabled us to do two incredible things. The first is to develop new ways to ask questions through simulation. We can also build better games. We do this in 4 different ways. We start with game jams. These are rapid prototyping sessions where we create games in a very short space of time to critically examine pressing issues within society. We then help academics to build games to help translate and indeed communicate their research to wider audiences. In addition, we're consulting directly with games companies to help them build much more rich and vibrant and diverse and culturally sensitive worlds. And finally, we're really interested in the role of the player, and we're doing a deep dive into the player's experience in order to better articulate the value that games can have in society and in order to understand and to trace that impact over time.
I'm very proud of our position as mediators of meaningful conversations between academics and the games industry, and I'm also ambitious for the lab to be at the forefront of the production of games that could have wider impact. And this has led to our first creative venture, creating a game that communicates the experiences of new fathers living with postnatal depression.
When I first founded the lab in September 2022, I was already working with industry partners on large academic projects. And now we are co-bidding with industry. We're collectively writing grants together. We are bringing in industry funding to do research. And this kind of journey would only really be possible thanks to the incredible support of the research commercialization team, the faculty research teams, who have always heavily invested in the idea of what the lab could be, even when it was just a small research group. For me, there's actually been quite a natural progression from an academic way of thinking to an entrepreneurial way of thinking, because it carries through my research interests and my creative interests and allows me to not just create something new, but create a new way of doing something.